this back a bit, yeah.
At this time, we ask you to please rise if you are able, and please remove your hat for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Well, welcome to the Ontario Soccer Centre. You're looking at scenes right now of Vaughan and Alliance doing the pregame handshake, national anthem in the books. The League Two men's championship game tonight. You will not find two teams more evenly matched all season. Both Vaughan and Alliance had the exact same record: 11 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. Vaughn, 49 goals for this season, just 18 against. Alliance, 56 goals for, 23 goals against. So, prediction tonight, expect lots of goals. I'm just going through some of the lineup here. They keep changing things on me, the numbers and who's wearing what. And so I'm just going to have a quick little skim through. We have not changed.
Tonight's match will be officiated by referee Arshia Alakbari.
Petkovsky wearing number 12, excuse me. So I've had a bit of a nightmare here in just the numbers we were given, then they provided us another set of numbers, then changed then. Alliance a little bit more in order. Their starting goalkeeper, 19-year-old Arvin Ravindran. Number 24, Jacob Prested, 20-year-old that plays at York. Start up top. Kevon Thumanvanathan. Markham from Markham, 19 years old. Number 29, Matthew Glavinoff. Number 30, Lorenzo Baglivo. Number 31, Antonio Tripodi. Watch out for him. He's a good one. Also features for Alliance's League One squad. Number 33, Jacob Price. 34, Calvin Alphonsus. 37, Josh Ashe. 38, Enos Burnhouse. Number 40, Kira Sandagea. And that's your Alliance lineup. For Vaughn, starting in goal, number 12, Daniel Petkovsky. The 18-year-old plays at Centennial College. Number 5, Nathan Baker, 19-year-old, plays down at Lindenwood in Missouri. Number 7, Luca Priola, 18-year-old, headed to York this year. Number 9, Matteo Caride is also featured for Vaughn's League One squad, headed to St. John's University. Number 19, Jacob Snellgrove, 29-year-old, plays at Queens. Number 8, Adriano Ianello, 17-year-old's got a development deal with York U. We'll talk about him through the game. 23, Jemai Royer. Number 4, Trevor Caravan. The guy that features heavily for Vaughn's League One squad. So does number 24, Michael Campoli, the younger brother of Chris Campoli. And number 13, Justin Santo. So that is your lineup. I'm Chris McKee. We're working to get through this. It's always a bit of a challenge. I wasn't even scheduled to call this game until about 2 days ago. They asked me. I said, sure. So did some notes quickly last night. And then again, all the numbers completely changed from about 20 minutes before kickoff till now. So hopefully we can work through this together. Bear with me, a little patience. But this one should be a good one. Prediction for tonight, 3-3, and then we go to penalties. So that's another rule we should probably discuss. No overtime tonight. If we are level at the end of regulation, we will go straight to penalties. Also, you're probably wondering, why is this game kicking off at 8:30? We had some issues with the women's promotion relegation game that was going on before. That was scheduled to kick off at 5. Due to the storm, the game was moved inside. They pushed that kickoff back to 5:20, and then because of all the delay, we've got the whole support staff and all that. We're busy kind of doing that, including us here at the live stream. So things got pushed back to 8:30, so that's why we are kicking off at 8:30 local tonight. The storm all across the GTA causing havoc, including here. I'm currently standing in puddles, feet absolutely soaked. Just to call this game for you, we do have a little bit of shelter, but if the rain starts again, it'll probably get us a little bit wet. So we're off. Men's League 2 final underway. Alliance, white jerseys, black shorts, Vaughan in their traditional navy blue with red and white trim. Any issues with sound, you can hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee, MRMCKEE. Ball will roll out. And a goal kick for Petkovsky. Petkovsky, soft touch. Vaughn trying to find Caride. And then that's cleared away by the Alliance defense. Luca Priolo trying to connect with Caride, and it rolls too far. I mentioned Caride has been called up with the Men's League 1 squad. One of the games I did, I guess a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, versus Grisampi. He was there. Ravindran, kick to center. And solar header, Trevor Caraban, big man in the middle. Caride. So that's drops for Nathan Baker. Baker. Priolo. Baker trying to turn. And Baker, good hustle. Baker, the ginger's not often you see a ginger suited up for Vaughn. Of course, traditionally, a lot of Italians, Serbians, Croatians, all coming through that program over the years, even back to when I was a kid. Jemai Royer throws that in. Royer committed to Akron University, one of the top programs in the United States. Oh, that one hits the ref, and it went right to Nathan Baker, so the ref blows it dead. Talked about Akron, a couple national championships in the books for them. Malik Henry, former star with Hamilton and TFC Academy, now down at Akron, but got the chance to go down to Akron University a couple of years ago for a goalie camp with my son and saw the facilities. Was down there for, 2-3 days. The town of Akron's a whole, but the university, stunningly beautiful. All the facilities, great. Royer. Akron, of course, where LeBron James from. We got to see his Promise School, the school that he built for the kids there. Well, 3 minutes gone, still scoreless. League 2 final. The ominous clouds still surround us, so the rain not necessarily done for the night. I checked the weather app, and it said still maybe on. But we're all hoping and praying it stays off. We're all soaked enough. Vaughn on the prowl. On down the left wing. He's got to swing in. Does on the grounds. Great ball, but nobody on the attack cutting through. Everyone kind of went straight to goal. You got to have a little bit of a staggered attack. Not everyone in the exact same line. And now Alliance back the other way. Priolo. And Royer back to Petkovsky. Michael Campoli, 18-year-old, headed to Eastern Illinois. I'm pretty sure that's where Tony Romo went, the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Eastern Illinois or Southern Illinois. Can't remember which one. Priolo. And gifts by Jacob Price and Caride. Long ball up. They're looking for a Baglivo. 20-year-old from Newmarket. Plays at Seneca College. You know, that's the thing at this time of year. A lot of guys, not so much the guys that go to university or college in the GTA, but some of those kids that go to university a couple hours drive away, all gone for the season. So each team down a few key players that maybe they didn't have over the past couple weeks throughout the season. Ravindran will keep that in. Would have been offside. Looks like a Baglivo just let it roll because he knew he was offside. Well, if you tuned in earlier, we watched the North Mississauga ladies team maintain their spot in the Women's Premier League. They beat Scrosoppi Women, who were the second-place team in the championship, looking to make the move up to the Prem. And 3-1 win for North Mississauga to maintain their spot in the Premier League for next season. It's a good game, entertaining. We had some problems with the live stream. Hopefully, knock on wood, we don't have similar issues here. Alliance. Crossed in. Ooh. And Royer just got a foot on it. Settles. Hit low. Petkovsky, what a save. And it's got to be a penalty, and it is. Royer trips up the Alliance player. That's an easy a penalty call as you'll get. And is he get a red or any kind of card? There's got to be a card, at least. So just past the 6-minute mark, Alliance now will have an opportunity to take the lead. Petkovsky made the save, but the ball was just kind of lingering. And one of the Alliance attackers, I haven't seen who it is yet. It looked like a Baglivo. And it looks like Antonio Tripodi will step up and take this. Is that 30 or 31? I'll see. A Baglivo. It's a Baglivo. Oh, what a save, Petkovsky, a Baglivo, and on the rebound, just absolutely duffs it from 5 yards out. So Petkovsky makes amends. Thought he should have done better on that initial save. Great first save, stood up ready for the second. And a Baglivo, no other way to say it, he just shanked it on that second attempt. So Alliance misses a glorious opportunity to go ahead in the 7th minute. And Petkovsky, massive save. So that's got to provide a little bump for Vaughn when they know the keeper coming up big. Back to Petkovsky and clears away with his left foot. Jacob Price. How Royer escaped without a card, I don't know. You trip a guy in the box, that's either a yellow or a red. It's one or the other. Oh, Priolo. And solid defense from Alliance. That's Alphonsus back there on a strike from distance. Caride and Ravindran got a touch on that. Needed to. So, hey, why not test the keeper early? Like it from Vaughn. Too much. You see guys trying to work the ball into the box. Just have a go. I've said this a dozen times on other, Vaughn, I can make an argument, the best youth program, not just in Ontario, but in Canada over the past 15, 20 years. Some of the talent that's come through here, between here and Sigma, and obviously Woodbridge now catching up to them. But Vaughn, for my money, the cream of the crop as far as developing talent, even better than, dare I say, some of the MLS academies. Blocked. Baker and Ravindran comes out to claim. Lets that one roll back. Michael Campoli. Decent crowd in spite of the weather. A lot of friends and family still soldiering through. Out here, Royer. He's got space. Exactly. Coach says take the space and can't connect with Baker, who was on his run. Baker goes to Lindenwood University in Missouri. It's Division I. It's one of those schools that if they don't have a big football program, sometimes you think, well, they can't be Division I, and apparently they are. 13 games played last year. The NCAA. I know the NCAA women's has started because I watched a bunch of the highlights the other night. I don't know if the men's has started yet. I was checking some of the D2 schedules, and they don't start till the first week of September. More aligned with what the OUA is. Well, my son, a goalie with Algoma, has been a part of Masters program in League One and the reserves in League Two over the past couple of years. He's starting his 4th year. Went back to school last week up in Sault Ste. Marie. And he got called up to play for the Masters League One championship squad this week. And he says, Coach, I'm in Sault Ste. Marie. Can't. But they're headed out east. They got an East Coast tour. Going to play St. Mary's in Halifax on Monday. The Halifax Wanderers U23 Wednesday. And then Acadia Friday. A Baglivo blocked. So big shout out to all the boys in Algoma. Program certainly turning. Good through ball. Flag stays down. Cut back and just missed. Looks like Matthew Glavanov overtopped the bar, but great build-up from Alliance. It's encouraging. They look good. With 56 goals scored on the season, which is really a staggering number. So the goals will come. My pregame prediction is you're 3-3, and then we're going to penalties. See if it comes to fruition. Campoli to Royer. Priolo. Aparicio. Flicked up for Baker. Baker thought about shooting and hesitated. Trevor Caravan up there and then connected with the keeper. Ravindran's all right. Who was that? Is that Caride? Yeah. So Caride whistled, and it'll be Alliance ball. So 12 and a half minutes gone. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, click subscribe, that red button. Stay up to date on all things League One and League Two, you name it, all the game notifications. Also drop a follow on their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever your preferred social media method is. I'm more of Instagram, Twitter. Caravan. Caravan, 6'3" from Stouffville's down with Syracuse University. He's got a sister that plays out at Arizona State, which, from my mind, I'd rather be at Arizona State than Syracuse. But hey, just for the weather. I've been to Tempe. I know Syracuse is a great soccer program, obviously, but Caride tried to dummy. Well, that was blocked by Alphonsus. Good switch from Vaughn. Priolo, he's got Royer with him. Cut in on his left foot and saved by Ravindran. That was Justin Santos. Santos on a good run from the back, getting up in the attack. Caravan. And back to the keeper. That was Jacob Snellgrove, 21-year-old from Barrie. Played for Queen's University over the past couple of years. Caride couldn't connect with Caravan on that, and here comes Alliance. And then Snellgrove, just a little bit too strong on the touch. Tripodi, 21-year-old, has played at U of T the past couple of years, 30 games played. Oh, good tackle from behind. It was Enos Burnhouse. And a good run from the back. Thamel Vanthan. That handcuffed me on the intro. Apologies to his family. Went through it about 20 times pregame, and then as soon as the lights were on, choked. Had my 8 Mile Eminem moment. Tripodi was too short for him. And that's cleared away by Price. Good touch. Glavanov can't connect with the Baglivo. Caride. That one telegraphed. And I don't like that he doesn't go back and try to defend. You just gave the ball away. Get back and defend. Caravan's got space. Price. Good D. And a clever little flick. A Baglivo. Looking for help. Nobody with him. Finally some reinforcements. Crossed in, and Alphonsus has a go, but so there was Jacob Preston had a go. No real meat on it, though. Preston, a 20-year-old, plays for York U. Well, that roster goes about 40 deep at York U, so sometimes just because you're on the roster, you still may never see the pitch on that team. Good run with Thamel Vanthan. And foul back the other way for Vaughan. 17 minutes gone, still scoreless. League Two men's final. Both teams already being promoted to the championship. This is just to decide who the champ of League Two is. Same records, identical throughout the season. 11 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. Well, Vaughan beat Alliance 5-2 back on July 17th. And then at the start of the season, Alliance beat Vaughan 4-3 back on May 30th. So 14 goals in 2 games between these two. And that's why I think a high-scoring affair may be in the cards tonight as well. Quick water break for the announcer. Actually, I'm just swishing around in puddles up here in the media booth at the Ontario Soccer Centre. But hey, glad to be here. Blessed for the opportunity. Big shout out to Dino, and Melissa, and Chris Keem, and everyone involved with League One. Thankful for the opportunity to do this. Petkovsky has already saved a penalty. Line should be at 1-0. And it was as clear, no argument on the penalty at all. Well, maybe from Vaughn, but anybody neutral or pretty clear call. Sendegea just pushes up a Baglivo. Aparicio. I've done CPL games. Obviously, Manny Aparicio, well known in the CPL. Vaughn's program so deep, reserve squad outstanding again this year. The main squad right now currently at last check, they were in second place behind Scrisoppi in the men's Premier League. I said I've done a couple Vaughan League One games over the past couple weeks. Well, did the opener, Vaughan versus Simcoe. 1-1 draw. Glavinoff for Baglivo. And Snellgrove just shields. Petkovsky comes and claims. Coming up on 20 minutes. Scoreless opening half at the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan. If you're unfamiliar, just off Martin Grove, south of Highway 7 and just north of Steeles. Caravan. And he's got Preston all over him, tugging at his jersey, but Royer. And Royer, poor ball, just gives it away. Baglivo. Snellgrove just pokes that away. Price. Ooh, and hammered. Royer hammered. So he's lucky he's not already on a yellow, and another gift there from that penalty. So the ref generous tonight. Royer lucky to not be in the book based on 2 challenges. To this day, I still don't understand how you can foul someone in the box and not at least get a yellow. It's strange. Alas, is what it is. Sandegea, long ball up, and it falls to Trevor Carabin. So I had a good laugh with the Alliance coaching staff before the game. I went up, as I do every single game, introduce myself to the coaches. I say, Coach, I'm Chris. I'm doing the commentating tonight. I just want to go over some of the pronunciations. And he looks at me and says, yeah, Chris is fine with me. So I say, no, the pronunciation of your players. And so the joke wasn't lost on me. I'll say that. I had a good laugh before the game. You like that, and that's why you see Alliance having so much success. Ooh, Price trips up Tripodi. It's a good professional foul right around midfield, and don't allow Vaughn to get that break. Aparicio, 22-year-old, another one of those York U guys. Went to high school at Neil McNeil, which is one of my high schools. Caravan on the break. Not only was it one of my high schools, I went there for grade 9 and 10. It was John Candy's high school, a great comedic actor. Baglivo, he's on a break. He already missed the penalty, and he's not going to miss this one. Slides it past the keeper. Lorenzo Baglivo makes it 1-0 Alliance in the 24th minute. Well, redemption for Baglivo after missing that penalty. Gets another opportunity, and the second he was on the break, I had a good angle on it from where I was from. You could just see he had oodles of space and a wide open corner, and nice finish. Lorenzo Baglivo. Lorenzo, 20-year-old from Newmarket, had 2 goals versus Sigma in the semi. That's his 11th goal this season in League 2 play. So a great season for Lorenzo, and definitely should be in consideration for Team of the Year in League 2 with those numbers. Vaughn, what's your response? Priolo. And good sliding tackle. It's Kayvon Thermoventhan. Karide, ooh, screamer on his left foot, but nowhere near the goal. But he's just got that pure striker mentality. Anytime the ball at his feet, he's got eyes for goal. Love it. Wind picking up slightly here at Vaughan. If you're just joining us now, 8:52 local time. Kickoff 30 minutes delayed due to some logistics issues from the game before. Game before was moved inside the Women's League One game due to the weather, and then we had to move back out because the inside field rented for some other teams' practices and stuff. And so hopefully the rain and lightning and thunder stays off. And a saving header from Sindagea and a shot from distance, Baker. Baker has been a part of TFC's academy. On the 26th minute. No signs of substitute. I was watching the Premier League this morning, and Brighton made a substitute in the first half. And you're like, eesh. Especially, keep in mind, these guys, the money those guys are getting paid, and you're getting yanked in the first half, that's tough. In my men's league, if I got yanked in the first half, I'd be bent. Never mind being a Premier League player. But I'm retired, men's league. Alliance. Trying to connect with Baglivo. Ooh, and Priolo took a ball in the nose. Comes away a little worse for wear. It's an 18-year-old from Markham. Glavanov. Wide open right wing. Alliance inside the 18-yard box, and a little anticlimactic on that build-up. Turn. Karide. Great ball to Priolo, but because of the rain, it skips. Ooh, and he just kept out. Vaughan coaching staff thought he kept it, and I did, but the linesman right there, better view than all of us, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, keep in mind, it's been raining all day, so especially on this turf, the ball normally skips on the turf, but in this slick condition, it's extra slick. So just something like that would be, the players had to weight their passes. Normally that would be good enough, but it just skipped out of bounds. And also watch that for the keeper. Some of those balls that may seem simpler, a little bit more challenging for the keepers. Prested dispossessed on that run. Back to Campoli. Trying to connect with Aparicio. Such a young team, this Vaughan version. I'm just looking through quick skim. Probably say the oldest is Aparicio at 22. You see the level of talent coming through Vaughan. And then when you go to the League One squad, they got 30-year-old guys on that team. So still maybe a few years before some of these guys can even capable of cracking that team. Clever flip. And Aparicio, he took a shot in the face. I'm with him on that one. That's why he went to ground. Trying to get some sort of card. Thermoventhan. A little aggressive. Kayvon, 19-year-old from Markham. Plays for the University of Waterloo. Had the chance to... I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. My son had a road game down there, went down there. So I'll be honest, I like Laurier's campus a lot better than Waterloo's down in that neck of the woods. Especially the new Laurier soccer field, nice little intimate vibe. And there's lightning strikes in the back. So we'll see if the ref pays attention. I know usually anytime there's a lightning delay, we're looking 20, 30 minutes. So I hope not. Saturday night. There's a Molson Canadian with my name on it somewhere. Karide. And good slide tackle cleared away. There's Alphonsus back there. Well, 30th minute. 1-0 Alliance, courtesy of a lovely goal by Lorenzo Baglivo. The good news is that Lightning way off in the distance. And so, Priolo. Royer. Oh, clever flick from Priolo. But Jacob Price back to clear for Alliance. For those unfamiliar, Alliance, obviously Markham Soccer Club, as long as Toronto High Park. I know Wexford used to be involved. I don't know if they still are. I'm going on the assumption they are because my son many years ago played, hard foul. Jacob Prested. I don't see who's on the ground just yet. Looks like Caravan maybe. Oh, well, he's lying on his back, so I can't see the number just yet. But yeah, my son played Markham OPDL like U14 maybe. And that we had the partnership with Wexford then. And so they could call kids up from the Wexford. It was Caravan. It was worse for wear on that. It should be all right, but a bit of a knock, maybe a bruise tomorrow. Justin Santos crossed in on his left foot. Dangerous ball. It's got to be 1-1. Oh, what a save! Ravindran came out, made himself huge. That was Trevor Caravan. Fresh off that knock, and then what a save, Ravindran. Just textbook goalkeeping. Made himself big, came out aggressive. Love that save. I've got my goalie coaching certification from Ontario Soccer. Something I did during the lockdown stuff. It's all like online courses and that. Shot and off the crossbar! Vaughn just hovering. That was Aparicio. And so Vaughn just peppering Ravindran, and it's still 1-0 Alliance. Well, you get a sense one may be coming here for Vaughn. But Ravindran, quality save. Left footer. And Caravan. He uses his size really well. Big, strong defender in the back. Baker pokes ahead. Canopy. Chipped over. Oh, no. How do you not shoot on goal? He went for the cross. Calling for the handball. And no. So it was Adriano Ianello on that breakaway. And I thought, well, you're going to have a shot on goal. And he went for the pass. Royer shaking off a couple Alliance defenders. And it rolls out for a Vaughan throw-in. So Vaughn just all over Alliance over the past 3 minutes or so, but still that 0 on the scoreboard for Vaughan. Goes to the ground. And, look at that Priolo. Just body check, elbow. This getting chippy. Alphonsus, worse for wear on the Priolo. Hip check. We're all Canadians here mostly. So some of these kids have played hockey growing up. In my day, I played for some really good rep teams. Wexford growing up, and we were one of the top teams in Ontario. But we did play indoor on the weekends, but it wasn't training all year round. You played hockey. I played MTHL or GTHL hockey all winter, other than the odd indoor game, but no practices. And then summer would come, we pick it up again. Take you about 3 weeks to get it back, and then there you go. Unlike today, these kids year-round. Santos, which played at TMU, used to play with North Toronto. And there's some Shuffling going around. Looks like Caravan again in the mix. We're on that 18-yard line where Alliance holds the line. Santos. And cleared away from danger by Alliance. Well, Alliance home usually play up at Mount Joy. What do they do in the OPDL? I like that facility. They got a nice grass field right next to it instead of the turf one that I prefer, but it's only used more for practice than games, which I wish we'd have more grass fields. It's Ianello all throughout League One. My son played a couple games in the OSL U21 this year, and there's some great grass fields they use. They use a couple different fields than what they use in the League One system. And some lovely, we played at some Portuguese club down in Cambridge that just an immaculate grass field, just kept so well. Another one at a Croatian club, Mississauga somewhere, is really good. So they are out there, if you look. But it's all, are those clubs part of League One? I get it, Price will throw in the 36th minute. And Caravan again, big strong header. Caride. Ianello trying to connect with Santos and couldn't. Abaglivo, no. Lots of space down the right side for Alliance. Teasing ball in for Glavnov, but his touch let him down. And Glavnov arm locked Royer. That's really dangerous, and then just yanked him down. For my money, that's a yellow. I had a better view of it than the ref because I'm up top here, but he literally locked his arm and then just like almost a suplex where he dropped him. Baker and Ravindran. Oh, and it's got to be. And the ref's going to allow it. Ravindran, it slipped out of his hand. The Alliance defense saying he was bumped. Nathan Baker, Rule 101, don't stop till you hear the whistle. He didn't hear it. He slots it past the keeper, and it's going to count. 1-1, 37th minute. So I thought the ref was going to talk to his linesman. He doesn't. So Ravindran, after being outstanding, I talked about the wet. It might be an issue for the keeper on just some strange balls. That one right there. I mean, for my money, I thought Baker bumped him. He was tiptoeing that line. Ravindran didn't want to come out of his box because, he didn't want to get the handball out of the box. And so he kind of had to be a little bit more timid. Ball slips out of his hand. And Nathan Baker. And we're level. Well, the goal fest may be on. I hope it is. Yeah, I love that from Baker. Just hustle. And Caride goes to grounds. And we foul. But, yeah, hey, credit to Baker for not stopping. Didn't even take a look back. Ball popped out for him. And it's 1-1. Baker's relentless, just watching him here. This is my first look at other than the guys that have played League One, all the League Two squad. This is my first look at a lot of these guys, and so impressed with Baker's work rate. This guy, he just bozzes around. Great speed, good skill, and just doesn't stop. And when you have that kind of work rate, good things will happen. Sometimes those balls like that just kind of pop to you. You don't have to be spectacular, some 40-yard screamer. Right place, right time, and Nathan Baker was. Feel for Ravindran. He's been outstanding in the opening 35 minutes or so, and then that one little mistake has now cost him. He's got to refocus, though, because he's played so well. The team's going to need him here. A lot of football left. Well, if the rain holds off It's actually a pretty nice night. Slight breeze coming in to get rid of that mugginess that's been lingering all day long, especially before kickoff. A little hot and sweaty, and then all the wetness. I talked to when I got out of my car earlier, the rain was pounding insane, and I had all sorts of stuff on my hand. I was focused on that, didn't really look at the ground, put my feet down on the ground, and Ravindran saying, clear away. And Sindagea does. But yeah, put both my feet on the ground and realized I was in above ankle deep water. So both my feet completely soaked, swishing around, and you know how uncomfortable that is. Like, so after the game, I got to change the socks. But for now, the show must go on, as they say. 40 minutes gone here in the League Two final. Both teams will be promoted to the championship next year. So some stiffer competition for both these squads. Clever flick. Ooh, and clattered. That's got to be a yellow. Like, how many times are they going to clatter him? And Alphonsus will go into the book. Well, the Vaughn's coaching staff, yeah, I'm with them. It's like there's only so many times you can hammer guys without someone getting a card. And Calvin Alphonsus, the 20-year-old from Scarborough, now in the books. Not much between either teams. Vaughan won 5-2 back on July 17th. And then Alliance beat Vaughan near the start of the season 4-3 on May 30th. Good cross in by Santos, but no one on the other end of it. That's where you want to be. You want to put that kind of around that 6-yard box, and someone's got to get there, get the run on it. Issues with sound, hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee. I'll take a quick check while the delay's there. Nothing, so we're good. Or I'll check my IG in case there's in the... I just got some messages from the previous game, so yes. Well, 42 minutes down, 1-1. Bagliov with a lovely strike on a breakaway to put Alliance in front. He missed the penalty earlier, so made amends. And then Nathan Baker on a bit of a strange goal where the ball slipped out of the keeper's hands right to him, and that's how we're level at 1. Jemai Royer. Oh, good run, Caride. Gets by, and then it's again, Alphonsus is lucky this isn't a second yellow because it could be. Because Caride got by him, he's got a clear chance on goal, and then he gets mugged from behind, so the ref really generous tonight. Come on, hey! One of you guys buy this guy a drink after. Alphonsus should. And so should Jemai Royer for Vaughn. Santos will stand over this on his left foot. You got maybe ice for goal here. If he likes the angle, if he can either find that back or tuck it in tight. Just two in the wall. Hit it low. Ooh, right idea. And that was a good set piece. They had someone on Vaughn trying to sneak in. He just hammered it low. That would have been sweet. With Santos. Well, Santos headed back to TMU. Ryerson. Dangerous. And then flicked away Caravan. It was kind of behind him. Tried to turn, flick, but couldn't get it on goal. Well, 44 minutes gone. Let's take a look down to see. I'm a little covered where the fourth official is. They're in a tent, the Gatorade tent below me. So I can't see what sign they're going to hold up for added minutes, so I'll have to rely on the in-house announcer to let me know. Shouldn't be too much. Can't be more than about 2 minutes since we haven't had any significant injury time. Good run, Josh Ashe. Santos on his horse. Santos cuts on his left foot, has a shot, and Ravindran off a deflection of one of his defenders. Grabs it. Poor ball from Ravindran. And a shot on goal. Oh, and his defender had to bail him out. Great idea from Aparicio, because Ravindran was way out of his goal, and looked like Sindagea had to be there to keep that out. So Ravindran, he's got to work on being consistent. He's obviously really skilled. That's what I said. My son's a keeper, 20 years old. One game you show up, he's the best player on the pitch. And the next week you show up, he's the worst player on the pitch. Just one extra minute coming. And so sometimes the young goalies, it's that consistency. Can they find it? And so that's what Ravindran's got to work on.
The official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 1 minute of added time.
And Baker couldn't shield. Tripodi. No. Well, an eventful first half. Plenty of scoring opportunities. Plenty of controversy on both sides. But I think this late in the season, the ref, erring on just let them play as opposed to let's be 1,000% official here. Well, that's the whistle for the end of the first half. The end of one, we're level at 1. League 2 men's final. It's been a good one so far. I can guarantee the second half should be equally, if not more entertaining. Plenty more goals to come. I got a feeling. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. If you any issues, hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee. We'll see you back in 15 minutes for the start of the second half. Well, welcome back for the start of the second half. Men's League Two championship game. Currently a 1-1 draw. Alliance versus Vaughan here. First half. We had a penalty opportunity just 7 minutes in, and Lorenzo Abaglivo had it saved by the Vaughan keeper. Got the rebound and just duffed that one, but made amends with an absolutely gorgeous finish in the 23rd minute, and Abaglivo put Alliance in front, and then a bit of a calamity. He came out to claim, and it fell right to Nathan Baker, and then ball went right past the keeper. Baker calmly slots it in, and that's how we're level at 1. Just one yellow card in the first half. There should have been about 5, but the ref just letting him play. Calvin Alphonsus with a yellow card in the 34th minute. We are going to get a substitute. Just looking, so Jacob Preston out, and number 26, Colin Pate, is going to enter the game. Pate, 16-year-old, been a part of TFC Academy. So that's what it looks like right now. We'll get official confirmation on the app and from the in-house announcer momentarily. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. First, drop me a follow on my Twitter at Mr. McKee. Hit up my Instagram. I always post highlights of the games on my Instagram, undrafted_FA. Do some interviews. Did one from the game before. A bunch of League One and championship games. All posted on there. So we'll see what the in-house announcer says about these substitutions, and if they'll update on the app for me. Well, we're off. Start of the second half. If you're just joining us, both these teams identical records during the regular season. 11 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. Vaughan, 49 goals for, just 18 against. Alliance, 56 goals for, 23 against. So really not much in between these two. They can both score at will, and they both play great defense. And so just loaded with talent. So many players you'll see scattered throughout League One in the coming years. Aparicio and then Caravan in there battling. Caravan's been all over the pitch tonight. And there's Aparicio again. Slipped and Tripodi. That's Abaglivo. Petkovsky. Petkovsky hasn't been too busy since those opening 10 minutes. Michael Osorio out there now, number 39. Crossed over and cleared away at the last moment by Snellgrove. So Alliance on the prowl, but can't get on the other end of it. So I'm just checking. It looks like Osorio out there. We got one sub up. So, yeah, Colin Pate in. And let's see if they update a second momentarily. Oh! And that would have been an all-worldy from Matthew Glavnov. Came to his right foot.
Number 25, Michael Osorio, and exiting the match is number 39, Kevin Samuel Benton. Also entering the match is number 26, Colin Pate, and exiting the match is number 24, Jacob Preston.
So the in-house announcer got it right. It is Osorio, 39 in. He said 39 was out, but Osorio in. Michael Osorio is featured for Alliance's League One squad. Plays university ball at Acadia, but he's from Coquitlam, BC. So one end of the country to another. Calvin Alphonsus is lucky to be still in this game. I mean, the amount of fouls he's had is really staggering. Santos on his left foot. Let's see what he can cook up on this one. Short chip. He was trying to connect with Caravan and can't. Baglivo and gets tugged on by Snellgrove, and the skipper's going to be in the books now. Well, it's a professional foul, as they say, around midfield. Stopped the break, Alliance on the break, and now Snellgrove into the books. Snellgrove, Queen's U player over the past couple of years. One of my favorite universities in Canada. I was a volleyball announcer up there a couple of years ago. Just loved the campus. Kingston's a decent town. I mean, you go for a weekend, it's all right. I wouldn't want to live there. Unless I was working for Queens full-time or something. They'd pay me, but... Kingston, a little sleepy. Our former capital city many years ago. I like all the Thousand Islands surrounding Kingston. Baglivo trying to shake Snellgrove. Crossed over! Osorio pushes ahead, and too much rolls out for a goal kick. Osario's a guy that's been a part of the Philippines national team, the U20 national squad. Great pace. I mean, has been up with the League One team. That's one of the beauties, of a team like Vaughan, and bad giveaway. A Baglivo, and then Petkovsky comes out to claim. So Vaughn unsettled at the back, a rarity, but that giveaway goes unpunished. And Snellgrove. Baker hammered from behind by Joshua Ashe. Josh, 19-year-old from Toronto, plays down at St. Clair College in Windsor, which is where Windsor City in the League One Championship play their games. Good touch of Osorio all over the pitch since he's come on. You say, why isn't the guy like that? Well, he's needed for the League One team. We got to close out the season. Alliance, they had a shot to win the League One Premier League, but kind of faltered late. I mentioned I was watching them Wednesday night against Vaughan. Good through ball. And, oh, my God, off the crossbar. Almost an own goal. Tripodi got lost in, do I clear it? Is the keeper coming? And then he got a touch on it, and it hit the crossbar. Royer. Jemai Royer headed to the University of Akron, the Zips. Crossed. Santos got a head on it, and it's going to be a goal kick. Well, it's been an entertaining League Two championship game tonight. I didn't do too many League Two games this year. I did get to check off a bucket list. I'm Scarborough born and raised, and grew up playing soccer at Birchmount Stadium. That was always the mecca for me because it's 2 minutes from my house. It's at Kingston and Birchmount. I grew up Kingston and Midland and played a Robbie game there as a 5-year-old. And getting the chance to call a soccer game there in the media booth was just the bucket list thing for me to check off. So I got to do one of the Borough FC versus the Pro Stars 2. So impressed with Pro Stars 2 keeper Jarvis Leckie, the 16-year-old. That's a name you're going to be hearing for many years. Kid's a superstar. The rest of Pro Stars 2, but that keeper is something else. But, a 16-year-old playing against men, it's really impressive. Well, you can say the guy on Spain, 16-year-old starting in a Euros, which is a little bit more impressive. But Santos. Ooh. Campoli. Of course, the younger brother of Chris Campoli, former U Sports Player of the Year, drafted twice into the CPL. Still a part of Vaughn's League One program. And Alliance, and well done by Caravan to just jump in front, stop that. I don't understand. He got away. You're going to take it quick, let it happen. Talking to him for that is nonsense. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stop them from taking it quick. A Baglivo. Tripodi just couldn't connect with what's that? 29. It's Glavinoff. A bit of a lull in the game right now. Torrid pace in the first half. Things really slowed down. Not too many scoring opportunities for either squad. Knock on wood. I'm knocking right now. Let's hope this weather holds off. So far, so good. Can't turn in the box. And Vaughn just away. Aside from the rain, it's been a nice night up here in Vaughan. Saturday night football. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday night. Here's Baker on his horse. He's looking for his second goal tonight. Baker cuts back to Caride. Shot on goal, and Ravindran up to the task. Good save, and then jumps on the rebound. Just past the 55-minute mark, still level at 1. Caride, and the flag stays down. Well, they didn't touch it. It looked like he would have been off. And poor distribution from Ravindran. Some of his goal kicks just subpar. And Glavinov touch let him down. And it's got to be no foul called. It was Luca Priolo. Body's just thrown at him, and Vaughn bench not too happy. Still up here in the booth, just swishing around in puddles. It's almost like when you're a kid, and once you're wet, you just kind of revel in it, you know? I got some things to change into the car after the game. Ball up, Caride. Can it settle? Ravindran comes in heads, clever. He was out of the box. And just nods that away. Santos in a battle. Tripodi saying there's a push. Alliance bench not too happy. Petkovsky claims that. Will slow things down. Petkovsky. Both left-footed keepers tonight. We'll see that too often. And good slide tackle by Tripodi. Baker. Oh, Santos. And first touch. Just not there. Josh Ashey just did enough to get it away. We're going to see a substitution coming in tonight. Number 32, Michael Maslanka. This dude is as dangerous as it gets. OUA Rookie of the Year, U Sports All-Rookie Team, OUA First Team All-Star U of T. 19-year-old, this dude is lightning quick. And so you want to talk about an injection of pace off the bench, Michael Maslanka. I've called a couple of his League One games, saw him score a winner against Sigma earlier this year at Alliance's home field. Oh, they play at Centennial, that's right. Yeah. I thought they were at Mount Joy. I wonder if they train at Mount Joy, because that's where the Markham OPDL clubs train, but yeah. I've actually called games at Centennial. That game we did in a monsoon, standing outside, no shelter, just rain pouring on. All my notes were just soggy. I couldn't even read what was on it, but Maslanka in that game was the difference. You know, some of these League Two games, especially with Vaughan and Lions, sometimes the guy coming off the bench maybe even more gifted than the guys on the field, because these guys are being saved for the League One the last couple of games. Got the chance to interview Maslanka after the game. Did a great interview, one of the better ones I did this year. I'm always amazed, you know, some of the guys that have even played pro in the CPL and USL, and then you go interview them, and they're not very skilled with it. Here's Maslanka right now. Great first touch. And what a switch, but Price couldn't get on the other end of it. And Tripodi. Oh, clever. Tripodi. And then a dangerous ball in, but cleared away from Ashey on the defense. And another foul called against Caravan. 60 minutes gone. Level at 1, men's League 2 final. Both teams already promoted to the championship. But still want to say you're the top dog. Gold medals on the table at line. Saw that earlier. It's always nice to add to the trophy case. Enos Burnhouse, 18-year-old from Toronto. Having to say his name too many times tonight. Ravindran urging his defenders to get it away. It's Alphonsus. Baker. Love this guy's game. And Josh Ashey has been steady tonight. Well, knock on wood, we've been technical issue free. The last game we did, the women's game, just an absolute nightmare. Stream cut out, you know, all the changes moving inside, and it was just really stressful. And even just the situation in the building, everyone hovering around us while we're trying to call the game. A little odd. You know, before I worked in media, I worked in music, and I was a DJ many moons ago. I used to play at raves, believe it or not, back in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and so I played in front of 3,000, 4,000 people back in my day when I was the same age as these guys here. And you learn to just block out so many distractions. Never knew the experience of being a rave DJ would help me call League One soccer games many years later, but it absolutely has. Karide dancing around, that ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Vaughn corner. Well, speaking of that, I wrote a book about my experiences in the music business. It's called Life on the Road with the Wu-Tang Clan. It's available on Amazon. You can go check that out. I was the booking agent and tour manager for the Wu-Tang Clan for 12 years, believe it or not. And I wrote a book about my experiences. Working on a second book right now. It's got a little bit to do with music, man. Crossed over and then cleared away. Aparicio. So Vaughn, we're going to see a substitute. Faris Ibrahim, the 17-year-old, is going to enter the game momentarily. And I can't see who it's coming for just yet. Vaughn pinned deep in their own zone. Just past the 60, well, into the 64th minute. And now we're going to get that substitution. Looks like 15, is it? No. They got all these numbers wrong. I'm seeing the wrong side of it. That's why. So it's Santos coming out of the game. Well, Santos has been behind every set piece here. This must be just to maintain him for League One down the stretch. Vaughn still, I believe, with a shot at winning the title, just trailing Scrisapi by a point or two. I don't have that because it'll change midweek. I saw a couple games, so forgive me. And I'm sure there were some scores today, so I haven't been too busy trying to stay dry. So Faris Ibrahim, just 17 years old, another in the deep stable of Vaughan players. He's just position for position. He's going to play left wing back where Santos was. Crossed in, and Maslenka causing issues, and the ref doesn't like. I don't like that. Maslenka's jockeying for position. He gets called with the foul. Eesh. Yeah, the Alliance coach is in agreements with me. Who wouldn't be? Yeah. Petkovsky pushing up. Caride, great turn. Finds Baker. Baker had eyes for goal on that. He was just trying to turn. You could see he wanted a shot. I thought that was a Vaughn ball because it went off, but hey, alas, whatever. You ever watch the opening of The Simpsons when Bart Simpson, writes the same line on the board a million times, and I got to write this: I will not criticize the referees. I will not criticize the referees. I do it in basketball. I've done pro and university basketball for years, and last year I had one of the refs come up to me going, hey, I watched the live stream because I was calling him everything. And I was like, sorry? Yeah. I didn't think the refs would go back and watch it. Apparently they do, so. Always love when a ref shows up in your DMs. By the way, I had a player show up in my DMs last week. I won't out him, but, if you got a problem with what the announcer's saying, I don't know. I don't think Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard were showing up in the DMs of the guys from Sky Sports. What's wrong with taking that quick? That's a couple times he stopped the play when it's like, okay, you've blown the whistle, now they want to get the game on, and it's almost like the ref is almost slowing the game down when the players want to get on with it. Well, coming up on 67 minutes. Ibrahim, his first touch is on his head. Maslenka just causing havoc. Maslenka, and that time he was over the back of the Vaughan defender. It was Campoli, just a little bit too aggressive, and Campoli walks away. We'll slow this down. So if we are tied at the end of regulation, we'll go straight to penalties. I could do with a little of that. I mean, it's been a long day, but hey, whatever. Let's keep it going. Maslenka, Abagliov, and he's offside, so it doesn't matter if he does score, but Petkovsky keeps him out. So even though, well offside, it's always good for the keeper's confidence, Betkovsky, when he comes out and can make a save like that. 18-year-old. We're headed to Centennial College in Scarborough. Just Markham Road, just right off the 401. It's amazing how much they built that campus up over the past couple of years. Nice athletic facilities there. Priolo. He was looking for Baker, but Baker not ready for it. And then you see Baker's pace again. We can hear the crickets and grasshoppers chirping behind us, just empty fields here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. See the bubble in the back, but behind us, just empty fields. I'm sure there's some wildlife floating around. Ianello. Dangerous ball. And off the... Oh, my goodness, it's in. Caride. The ball was dangerous, just floating, hung there. Everyone in Alliance, including the keeper, caught staring at it. And Caride says, thank you very much, nods it home. And Mateo Caride puts Vaughn in front, 2-1, just past the 69-minute mark. Well, everyone just caught staring at that ball. I would have loved to seen the keeper come out, maybe get a punch on it. He was too pinned on his line. And then even the Alliance defenders just caught staring. And Caride, there was a sense one was coming for Caride. And finally it comes, and this one just nods it in, 2-1. So Caride from Argentina, 18 years old, headed to St. John's. Scored a hat trick versus Scrisoppi last game. And keep in mind, I had a look at that Scrisoppi lineup. There was a significant portion of their main dudes that were playing. Amari Cotterell started that game. Amari scored the winner. Last week in the game, I called for Scrisoppi in their 2-1 win over Woodbridge. Tristan Marshall, who's been starting at right back since Cody Ellis went down with injury a couple weeks ago. And so a lot of the regulars from Scrisoppi and Caride with a hat trick in that game against some pretty talented players. And here's Caride again, but shielded and out. So now if you're Alliance, you got to make some sort of formation change shift, because what you're doing, it's been a little stagnant here in the second half. There's been some disconnect. The strikers, I think, just playing a little too high up. They've got to come back, be a bit more compact. Ooh, and Maslenko went to ground and got a boot in the face from Campoli. I don't think there was any malice in it. Just an accident. And again, Osorio, been quiet, was causing havoc. A Baglivo, ooh! And at the last second, Jemai Royer clears away. Royer just 18. Tripodi. Oh. Crossed and then cleared away. And then, ooh, it's going to be a foul. Tripodi hammered by Ibrahim just outside the box, and he's going into the books. Ibrahim just came on as a sub a few moments ago and just clattered Tripodi. And now Alliance with a dangerous free kick. A yard outside the 18-yard box. This is one of the ones, just hammer with pace near the goal and hope for some kind of weird ricochet. Into the 73rd minute. Well, Price looks like he's over it. I hope they don't do something short here. I would love to just get it over, hammer it over. Not a lot of bodies in. The Lions got to push in. There it is. And Maslenka got a head on it, headed it down, but then it bounced over the goal. Unlucky. I love that from Maslenka. Just his commitment to that ball when he's like, I'm getting this ball, no one else is. Can't say enough about how impressed I am with Maslenka. Just 19, such a bright future. One of the many U of T guys a part of the Alliance program. Their main League One squad is, over 50% U of T guys, I imagine, either past or present. It was Ilya Orlov, of course, the coach. A Baglivo can't get on the end of it. And a foul on a Baglivo. Snellgrove took a little bump. Two 2-1 Vaughn. Caride. Let's put the Azzurri in front. Aparicio all over the back of Osorio. And ref, yeah. Good long ball, Price. If it settles, and Price, on his left foot. He just couldn't get over top of it, got under it. That's one of those ones you really got to hammer low, hit the ground. Well, I would have been impressed if he converted. That was like a Robin Van Persie. Seen him do that, and there's a reason why he got paid £200,000 a week, right? So we're going to see a substitute momentarily. Jelani Brathwaite about to enter. 17, another youngster for Vaughn coming in. Snellgrove took a knock, and he's down. It looks like he took a shot to the head or the face. It was just incidental contact. Yeah, Snellgrove, tough customer, but really feeling this one. Well, while he's on the ground, don't forget, drop a follow to League One. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Stay up to date on all things League One. Also, drop a follow on their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or TikTok. Snellgrove looks to be all right. Oh, he's got blood, so he says he's got to come off. And he's saying, yeah, it's because I got an elbow in the face. That's why I have blood. So Baker coming out of the game for Brathwaite. Well, Baker, the goal scorer, being subbed. And Brathwaite, mentioned just 17, was named to the FDF OPDL Team of the Year in 2023. Big shout out to the FDF guys. Always do a great job of promoting and highlighting young players, both the boys and girls. Ooh. Ibrahim just got that yellow. Caride. Now give it. You've got a guy wide open. Give it to him. Finally does. That's Brathwaite, who just came in and can't connect with Ibrahim. And Ibrahim clumsy on that challenge. I'll be honest, I'm surprised to see Baker pulled out. Played a great game. Good work rate still. Osorio to Price on his left foot. Crossed over! And a sliding tackle and save by Michael Campoli. And Alliance going to have a corner. Now, you get a sense maybe one coming for Alliance here. They've been on their front foot. A couple of good substitutions with Osorio and Maslenka. So an injection of speed. And then up there with Baglivo's on 11 goals this season already. Great campaign for him. Petkovsky punches. Well done. especially in this slick weather. That's not one of those ones. Maybe if it's dry, you want to come catch that. But when it's this slick out, just err on the side of caution, and well done by Petkovsky to just punch away. And shot on goal, and Petkovsky content with just letting more seconds tick away, just past the 78-minute mark. League Two Men's Championship. Both teams already headed to the championship division, but still want to be champs. Always want to say you were the top dog, no matter what league, no matter what level. It also helps, learning how to win is important. I talk to a lot of NCAA basketball coaches. I've spoken to over 100 college basketball writer as well. And the one thing they always say is we try to recruit guys that have won along the way, whether it's high school or junior college. They got to know how to win. If you're the best player on a bad team, maybe you don't know how to be the right teammate. Maybe you don't want to be a part of a system. So they want to know guys who you can be a part of a winning formula, especially at this age. And so having a title on your resume, important. And way offside, Caride couldn't get back. Substitution. You see another one coming in. See who the sub is 1 second. Andrea Samini, number 21, 18-year-old. He's been a part of the TFC Academy. I didn't see who was subbed out. I was too busy looking at the app because Samini was one of the late additions for me. And Ravindran comes, slides, and claims. 80 minutes gone here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Can Alliance dig deep and find something? And he's clattered. Ibrahim goes to ground, and it was Enos Burnhouse with the foul. And Vaughn slowing things down. Snellgrove shakes off Ianello and says, I'll take it. Takes it quick and back the other way. Royer. Royer settled down after that clumsy challenge in the 7th minute that gave Alliance the penalty, which they didn't score, but since then he's been just so stellar. Consistent, and that's what you want, especially from your defenders. Campoli again, another good sliding tackle. He got out ball. Well, 10:09 local time here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. We started 30 minutes late. Kickoff was originally scheduled for 8. Pushed it back to 8:30. We're going to see 2 substitutions momentarily for Alliance. David Chen is going to enter. And number 36, Adam Shake. So 2 18-year-olds about to enter. A corner for Alliance. Them throwing bodies forward. And come on, let them play, ref. I'm with it. The Alliance guy's livid. And he's just like, the ball's just bouncing around, and it's, let them play. Well, Burnhouse is getting subbed off so he can talk all he wants. Just don't get a red. He's going to get a yellow now, but it means nothing. He's like, I'm going off anyways. I'm with Burnhouse. He said it hit my chest and it goes down. He gets the foul. Petkovsky. And again, the seconds tick away. And ball rolls out of bounds. Alliance throw. Bounces over. Poked forward. Maslenka. And it's going to be, so you're going to get a free kick 40 yards away or a corner. If you're Alliance, you just play the advantage for them. I'm sure Alliance would rather have the corner instead of a free kick, 30 yards away where it's... Three. Well, Jacob Price over on his left foot wants this. If I'm Vaughn, I don't know why they're moving so deep. They should bring that line right up to the 18-yard box. Don't allow them to get that deep. Price. And it hit the top of the mesh. The Alliance fans thought it was in. Petkovsky could see it was just drifting over, and it just hit the top of the mesh. Petkovsky's a big guy. You're not going to catch him sleeping from that far out. Snellgrove. Ibrahim dispossesses, and now Vaughn back the other way. Ibrahim, he had Tripodi wide, just didn't give it to him. A little selfish. Tripodi down, and looks like he's hurt. Tripodi holding his right leg. Yeah, it's not good. It looks like it might just be a cramp. Yeah, Tripodi. That's one of the things, the guys, they all prep for an 8 o'clock kickoff. You eat your meals, you hydrate, thinking you're on at this time, and then everything pushed back. And so it can kind of, when you change routines, the guys can have strange results. Alliance, can they? And off the crossbar! And Maslenka, second time's a charm! Michael Maslenka has leveled just past the 85th minute. The first one should have been in. It hit the crossbar, but right to Maslenka. He's a difference maker. Well, the Alliance players right in front of me celebrating, all saying, it ain't done. It ain't done. Let's go. 2-2. I said from the start there's going to be plenty of goals in this one. And that one, Maslenka, he's just relentless. So good. Well, the first one just blasted. I don't know how that one didn't get in. That was David Chen, I believe, on the first go. And then Maslenka with the follow. Iannello down on the ground right now. So if this goes to penalties, I favor Vaughn, in all honesty. We've already seen Petkovsky save one penalty. Ooh. Adventurous attempt, but definitely worthy. Adam Shake, 18-year-old from Pickering. He's played with Pickering FC growing up. Who they had a nightmare season in League Two this year.
Alliance United goal scored in the 86th minute by number 32, Michael Maslenka.
Well, Maslenka's goal being announced by the in-house announcer. Coming up on 87 minutes. Is there one more? Shake. Little shake and bake, crosses in. And, good shot, but 10 yards clear of goal. And Iannello down, cramping for the second time. I think they got to get him off.
Also entering the match, number 36, out of shape. Exiting the match, number 38.
Well, Alliance is going to get another substitution in here late. Maybe this 4 penalties. Number 41, Ian Shibata will enter. Iannello cramping. We are going to see a Vaughn sub as well. Number 6, Mikhail Lysenko is about to enter. Maybe he'll come in for Iannello. We'll see momentarily. So L1O will exit. And Lysenko, another 17-year-old, comes in for Vaughn. So Tripodi out of the game, which is surprising, other than the cramping, but you think he could hold on for another 2 minutes, especially if we're going to go straight to penalties. Well, that was the women's game. I'm assuming that. I hope I'm not wrong. Ibrahim. So I got confirmation we are going straight to penalties. So how many added minutes? We'll see when the ref turns around. Oh, he was doing the sub. He hasn't done the board yet. Flicked ahead, and Petkovsky unlucky on that second goal. He was in the right position for the first shot. And then Maslenka, again, just relentless. Expect another big season for Maslenka in the OUA. I'm assuming he's going back. I shouldn't assume, but usually you think 1 year. They're going to go 2 at least. But especially when you're the OUA Rookie of the Year and a first-team All-Star. And Snellgrove, just enough to get that out. David Chen is impressed, got good size and pace. Well, the clock about to strike the 90-minute mark. Yeah, that one will go for a goal kick, and we'll see what the fourth official. It looks like 5 minutes he's got on his board. It's going to be 5. Wow, that's surprising. We had a couple injuries, just not that long. More just like cramp stuff. Either way, 5 minutes. That's a lot of football for these two teams. Is there a hero out there? It's been all Alliance over the past 10 minutes or so. And Petkovsky... Ooh, that was an identical issue with Ravindran and Baker. The ball a little bit lower, almost the exact same spot. On that one, Baker was able to get it past the keeper. Caravan slipped and then dispossessed. Osario. Shibata gets his first touches. Crossed, but too strong for everyone on Alliance. Remember, if we are tied at the end of regulation, straight to penalties. Can't settle it. Ping pong ball bouncing around, and Petkovsky scoops up. We'll see a bit more urgency out of Vaughn here, try to steal this before the final whistle. Karide. And favorable bounce for Alliance. Well, in spite of the game being up here in Vaughan, it seems Alliance family and friends outnumbering Vaughan supporters tonight at the Ontario Soccer Centre. I wish we had facilities like this when I was a kid. We just didn't. No indoor turf anywhere across the GTA. We did all our winter training in the 80s and 90s in high school gyms, just with the tennis ball style indoor soccer balls. And I never played on like an AstroTurf pitch until I was in my 30s when I started playing soccer again. Now I'm done. Uh-oh, Maslenka. And then Snellgrove just back to Pitkovsky. Oh, Carita can't get to it. And so Vaughn has won a free kick. Andrea Samini was fouled, and now Jemai Royer. So Lysenko, I didn't see when he got that. Oh, okay. Can Vaughn have a moment of magic? Priolo. Ashe. And Ashe gets it to Maslenka. Maslenka, oh, what a ball! And he's got, oh, wait, how is that offside? You've got to be kidding me! That was never offside. I had as good of, I'm up in a elevated booth. I can see over the field. He was 2 yards onside on that. Trust me, I don't have a dog in the race, or a horse in the race. I just want to see the right calls get made. And I'm going to say, my son has played with Masters the past couple of years, and so even I did the Masters game a couple weeks ago. He wasn't playing in that one. Well, there's the end of regulation. 95 minutes gone. We're level at 2, and we're going to a shootout. So I'm going on the assumption 5 for 5. We'll try to get the attention of the fourth official. Is it 5 shooters? Yeah. 5 shooters each. So standard. Who those guys will see. I mean, I got to think Caride for Vaughn's going to be in that conversation. And of course, Maslenka. I mean, Abaglivo's already missed one, so to be honest, I'd take him off. I didn't do the greatest job with that one. Calvin Alphonsus and Snellgrove taking the toss to see who goes first or pick. So they're discussing right now who will be shooting first, who's shooting second. Well, Alphonsus, like I said, lucky to still be in this game, especially in the first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 90
could have had
Montezeri 2, Alliance United 2.
Multiple opportunities to get a second yellow. And so the ref generous letting these guys play tonight, knowing it's end of season. Most of these guys now headed to their college and university. Some headed back to high school. So we're going to go to the north end goal. Looks like the first one is going to be David Chen. He's walking up for Alliance. Petkovsky, and you got to think he's going to be in the heads of the Alliance guys because he's already saved one penalty tonight. Great size on him. I think if you want to beat him, you're going to have to go high. High left, high right. Anything low, unless you get him guessing the wrong way, he's got great size, and so he can get down and get it, as he's already shown he can. Well, what a way to end the season for the League Two Championship. I'll be on the call tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Scrissapi against Burlington. Weird, Burlington started off with 8-0 and then just fell apart. I don't know what happened. Hopefully when I get out there tomorrow, we can figure out what's going on. Let me take a updated look at the League One table. So Scrissapi in front by 1 point, and they also have a game in hand. Scrissapi on 41 points, Vaughan on 40, 19 games played though. Then Simcoe in third on 33. Alliance has fallen off over the past couple weeks. So here we go. First penalty. David Chen calmly walks up. Chen, a long run. And stutter step, almost Mario Balotelli-like. And slides it past the keeper. 1 goal, Alliance. So it looks like Faris Ibrahim, the 17-year-old, trotting up to take the first one for Vaughan. Arvin Ravindran. He's had moments of brilliant tonight and then a moment of uh-oh. Let's see what he can capture here. Ibrahim, left foot, high on. That is as good a penalty as you'll ever see, and he's got a little comment for the keeper after, which not a fan of. Just, you scored, now get away. Looks like Colin Pate walking up to take this. It is the 16-year-old. Talk about a pressure moment for the youngster. Petkovsky doing his Bruce Grobbelaar shaky dance. And Pate, left side, gets the keeper guessing the wrong way. And 2-1. So Caravan coming up. Great game today for Trevor, Stouffville native. Mentioned part of Syracuse University. They've dipped into Canadians so many times over the years and continue to do so. Caravan. Stutter step. Oh, Ravindran comes out and saves it. You know, Caravan with that stutter step and just didn't get enough on it. And so advantage 2-1 Alliance. Maslanka already scored that late equalizer for Alliance. And does he have another one in him? Maslanka, the U of T product. Mentioned U Sports all-rookie team. And, oh my goodness! Toe save! Petkovsky! Vaughn has life! So like both guys who've done the stutter step and didn't just walk up and crack it have missed their penalties. You know, watch that during the Copas and the Euro, same thing too. It's like, just have a run up and hit it. At this level, the power these guys can score with, they shouldn't be tiptoeing, dancing around like that. So Maslanka's luck run out. Mateo Caride, he scored the second goal for Vaughan. Does he have another in him? Caride, 18-year-old from Argentina. Headed to New York. Play with St. John's. Caride. Ugh. Cool customer. Back of the goal. So Petkovsky, big save last time. Got the foot out. Like I said, he just takes up a lot of that net. And if you want to beat him, I think you got to go high each corner. What is that? Looks like a Sario. Is it, or is it Adam Shake? Shake. Petkovsky, got a finger on it, but it still gets past him. Advantage Alliance. So a must score here for Vaughn. Trying to see who's strolling up here. Looks like Priolo. It is. Number 7, Luca Priolo, the 18-year-old from Markham. Headed to York University. Washes the ball off with his soaking wet, sweaty shirt. It was like that. Priolo. Fairly short run. Is Ravindran up for it? And top corner, Priolo. Again, that's as good a penalty as you'll see. And so Alliance now this will be Asario as he slowly trots up. Asario, the 21-year-old from Coquitlam, BC. Taking a long walk up. You can hear the silence deafening. You can hear a pin drop here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. League 2 Men's Championship on the line. Sorio. Again, the stutter. And gets Petkovsky going the wrong way. And so if Vaughn misses, Alliance are your League 2 champs. All the pressure on the Azzurri. And let's see who's strolling up to take it. It's number 24, Michael Campoli, the defender. Is it a great night? We know his brother's an outstanding goal scorer. Is the younger Campoli up for it? Must score. And he does! Campoli gives Vaughn life, and now we go 1-for-1. And it looks like Price will walk up with his left foot. Jacob Price. Some great suspense here to end the season. I was impressed with Price tonight. You know, he had a tough first kind of 7-8 minutes, looked overmatched, but kind of figured out the speed of the game really quickly, and then was really stellar for the rest of the night. There's Price on his left foot. And hammers it in, gets Petkovsky going the wrong way again. Jacob Price. So again, the pressure on Vaughn, 2 level. Who's coming up here? Looks like Ianello. Is it? Vaughn must score. It's Mikhail Lysenko. Pulls up his socks. Lysenko came on as a sub and just tucks it under the bar. I thought for a second when he hit it, it might drift, but just barely tucked it under the bar, and we're level again. Back and forth we go. Kira Sandagea, the 21-year-old. Up now to take it for Alliance. Sandagea. It's the Humber College. Great program there in the OCAA. And Petkovsky wrong way again. Sandagea. Who will falter? Talked about this off the top. Just nothing between these two teams all season. And seeing again tonight, just so evenly matched. And Jacob Snellgrove, the captain, the 21-year-old from Barrie, on his right foot. Ravindran barely moving. Oh my goodness! Hit the top of the bar and still bounced in. Snellgrove, you can see him exhale. Say, whoo, that was close. But again, I don't care what keeper you are, you're not saving that. Incredible pace, and then just skimmed off the crossbar. So now Calvin Alphonsus, the 20-year-old from Scarborough, steps up. Alphonsus. Stutter step. And again, calm as you like. Back of the left side of the goal, Calvin Alphonsus. It's a cruel way to lose, because both teams equally deserving. Can't see who's up for Vaughan right now. Looks like Aparicio. And Aparicio! Left side of the goal. One after another. They just keep evening things out. This looks like Josh Ashey coming up. It's hard to see the numbers from where I'm at up in this booth. And again, tough to see on the monitors as well. Just riding solo here. Petkovsky. Well, this is great training for both keepers here to get this kind of, pressure situation, penalties after another. Ashey. And goes right side this time. Almost right center with Petkovsky diving the wrong way. And Jemai Royer now up for Vaughan. He must score. Alliance went first, and so Vaughan with the chance to level. League Two championship on the line. There will be a celebration, a presentation and stuff following. Royer. Ravindran almost. He went dead center, and Ravindran kicked out that right foot and just, you could see him almost just extra stretching, trying to get it, and he couldn't. Now the substitute, Ian Shibata, will step up for Alliance. "20-year-old Shibata. He came right before. I think they wanted to use him for those penalty situation. Is Shibata up for it? And Petkovsky went way too early that time, committed too soon. And Shibata, a guy of that caliber, is going to slot that away. Looks like Brathwaite now coming up. This is Jelani Brathwaite, steps up for Vaughn. Another youngster, a 17-year-old. Big moment in his career. Brathwaite. This is the shortest run-up we've seen from anyone tonight. Brathwaite. And Ravindran keeps it out! Orvin Ravindran, the hero for Alliance, with the save in penalties. And Alliance are your League Two champs in 2024. Well, tip of the cap to Ravindran. Stellar tonight, redeems from the earlier mistake, was huge in the penalties. What a save, and then even made sure that rebound didn't get in, claimed it. And now Alliance, your League Two champs, and just heartbreak for Vaughn. Unlucky for Brathwaite. Again, you know, it's a crappy way for this thing to be decided. There's nothing between these two teams, as even as it gets, and we saw that tonight. And so tip of the cap to both clubs. And a great season for both. But congrats, Alliance, your League Two men's champs. Well, I'm Chris McKee. I'm going to keep the mic on. We're going to go down to field level. We're going to do the presentations here. Where Dino will come out and present the trophy and medals to Alliance, as well as to Vaughn, and I'm going to try to get some interviews. Appreciate you allowing me into your homes. I'm Chris McKee. Don't forget, drop me a follow on socials at Mr. McKee. Also hit me up on my Instagram, where I'll post some highlights from this game, undrafted_FA, which is undrafted free agent. Thanks for listening.
We now invite the referees to the center to receive their medals. Ladies and gentlemen, we encourage all fans to come out to the field to celebrate with us. We now welcome our finalists, Vaughan to the center to receive their medals. Well then. We now invite your champions, Alliance United, to receive their medals. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for your League 2 division winners, Alliance United!
No, nobody's allergic to food. Nah, that's different.